What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video. This one I'm extremely excited about because whenever someone books on my Acuity or my booking link, and I've never cut them before, I always think it's a big transformation, which means it's great content for you guys. And this guy right here found me all the way from Colorado. Well, his wife found my Instagram page from Colorado, and they were in on vacation. She was like, we got to check him out. It's been 4 years since this man cut his hair. That is a lot of growth. Do you see how long his hair was? He was a pretty tall guy too. So seeing this when he was standing up, I was like, oh, it's not that much. And then he sat down. I was like, damn, that's a lot of hair. So I booked for the slot. It's usually 40 minutes for a haircut and then 60, which is an hour for haircut and beard. I try to move as fast as possible. I believe we got this done in about an hour, which is a lot for a big transformation like this. Usually that's just maintaining and everything. But I want to keep myself on a time crunch because, you know, at the end of the day, we got to move and we got to utilize every weapon possible while also, you know, making it in a timely manner. So I was excited. His wife is a cosmetologist out there. She does nails, I believe. And she was just interested in the process. So as I was doing the clipper over comb and all these other methods, I was explaining to her why I'm doing it, like in sense of creating shape. And then why I put his hair up in a bun. But I like when people come to the shop and they have a background in cosmetology or barbering, because it kind of, when you're explaining it to them, they understand it on a different level because they went to school for this or they've been doing it for a long time. So they understand the terms a little better, which makes the conversation flow a lot easier. But yeah, he's a referee for hockey, I do believe. Last time we spoke, that's what he was doing. And the hair was just getting in his way. So he wanted it all off. He wanted a pretty drastic change. So right there, you could see me creating the foundation with the clipper over comb. And I believe I was using a 1.5 or a 1A. Might have been a 1.5. It was definitely a 1.5. And right there, you see how much bulk already got knocked off. Like, this is crazy. And then I just went right into my steps. Like I said in my guidelines with the JRLs. And then with the instincts, I'll just do the fine detail work. We decided on like a low to mid drop fade. And he had a nice head shape. So I figured a drop fade would be the best to match the contour of his head shape. And then since I've never cut him before, I didn't know what was under there after the clipper over comb. I just went in with the foreguard just to debulk as much as possible. And then any fine work, I'll just go in with clipper over comb and then like a thinning shear if I really need to, just to see if it's thin in certain areas or anything that I might have missed. So that's what I like to do. And then right there, you see me lever open with the JRLs, switching to that one guard lever open, flicking out, trying to create a nice smooth gradient. And that's the goal, man. That's the goal every single time, just to make sure the haircut looks nice on all angles. And then you see how much bulk I left up top. For right there, I'm figuring that if I go in with the 2, it's going to debulk a good amount. Then I'll probably go in with a 3 because I did know the 4 was my highest guard. So that's what I did from there. But I just skipped through the video because a 1.5 was going to blend a little bit better. He also wanted the beard done, so we decided to do that. Right there, you see automatically 3 swipes with the texture shears or the thinning shears, and it does what it needs to do. And right here, you see me still working that one. I try to utilize the guard when it's in my hand all around the head, but sometimes certain areas just need a little bit more focus before I move on to the other side of the head. So depending on the client, depending on how many times I've cut them, if I understand which way their hair grows and the density, then I'll go all in one swipe. But if it's a first-time client, I like to just focus on side, back, side, or side, back, whichever the case. So I like to break it down in sections if needed to. Right here, you'll see me going in with the half guard just to do details. And then I'll switch between clippers. I'll switch between shears. I just like to have a direction of where I'm going with it. He wanted something easy, so we just decided everything's just going to slick to the back because it's going to be the easiest thing to maintain. Not a lot of length was left on top. It was a significant chop on top as well. So that's the shape we decided to choose. You'll see me going in right here, clipper over comb, JRL's closed, and just creating that detail work, creating that shape. Everything's looking nice. I left the boxes not too dark because the thinning shears right here, I'll just take out any extra darkness that I see, but enough for the definition so it blends nicely for the definition of his beard. His beard is a little on the lighter side, less dense. So I wanted everything to look nice and sharp. And I believe that's what we did. That was the ultimate goal, and that's what happened. Right here, you see that one guard just coming back into work. Mustache, we knocked it down pretty low too. I usually go in with a 2 detachable or 1.5 detachable, that depending on if they tell me if they want to leave it dark or not. Right here, you see me using my FX3s instead of my my Babyliss trimmers with the Cocoa Blade. Like I said, different textures work for different people. For him, the FX3 I knew was going to hit because he just has finer texture. Right here, I'm separating the hair that I released from the U-shape in the top. And then I'll just go in with my shears, trying to see how much length we're going to need on top for it to slick back, and boom, cutting off already half of that. Then right here, I'm matching the length that I left on the top, and I'm pulling it from the back, and that creates that shape right there. So you can see, boom, trying to slick it to the back, cutting that off, boom. It looks like a lot of hair, and honestly, it is. But the good part about it is you can get through it pretty fast if you just create a foundation. I do want to learn more shear work because it's not my strong suit, which I wish it was. But, you know, my strong suit at first was just figuring out which way to blend the fastest and to create the best quality haircuts. Right here, I'm going in with that foreguard again, just hitting off those angles. And I like how this came out, man. It's a beautiful gradient. He got a great experience. He said this wasn't like anything he experienced in Colorado. I also put some beard wash in his beard. We also blow dried it because he has the problem where it bends. So right after this hot towel, which I always put some peppermint oil right around that nose area, so you're just breathing in peppermint or eucalyptus. Right there, I'm cleaning off the beard wash, and then we'll go in, just straight blow dry it to get out that fold. And I know a lot of men, I have it too, my beard will fold there as well. You just want to create some tension right there and just pull straight out. And you'll see the fold disappearing. I knocked the beard under to like a decent length. He didn't lose a lot, but she didn't want it as long anymore, his wife. So we just decided this is what we're going to do. And you can see it doesn't really have that fold anymore. I told him this is what you want to do moving forward. Round brush, some heat, and you're able to manipulate the hair because that's ultimately what matters at the end of the day, is knowing you have control. Going in here with the razor. He's never really dealt with the razor before either. So this was just really cool. This is a dope experience. I love when people find me off of TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. They come in, they give me a chance, and, you know, they allow me to do what I do. I have a great time. They left a 5-star Google review, so they had a great time, and they're mentioning every time they come in from Colorado, they're going to try to book an appointment. So that's just the best thing for me. That's what makes barbering worth it to me. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. You know, at the end of the day, this is all that matters. He's smiling. He loves the haircut. His wife loved the haircut. He loved the experience. I got a 5-star review out of this. And yeah, they'll be back next time. But I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.